Hello, everyone. It's been a long time since I have spoken in my podcast, and I would like to start today, June 5th, being the World Environment Day. Now, climate change, nature, and biodiversity loss and pollution and waste evidence that Earth is code red all around us and growing more ominous every day. At the same time, billions of people are short of income, food, shelter, healthcare, and education. Energy and food crisis on the heels of the COVID 19 pandemic and a spike in the conflicts around the world are further causes of concern. The way out of this dilemma is to transform our economies and societies to make them inclusive, fair, and more connected with nature. We must shift from harming the planet to healing it. We must protect what we have and bring back what we lost to advance to a better, more sustainable future where everyone can thrive. World Environment Day 2022 can help accelerate this shift. This year's campaign, hashtag Only One Earth, highlights the need to reset the balance with nature through transformative changes in how we eat, live, work, and move around. Accelerating the advance towards sustainability is critical. In many cases, the solutions are already available, affordable, and scalable. We can still avoid the worst of the climate crisis. We can halt further biodiversity loss. We can protect and revive degraded ecosystems. We can clean up our air, water, and soil. We can repair our relationship with nature, and we can still achieve the Sustainable Development Goals agreed in 2015 by all the countries in the United Nations. But we need to act now. Humanity has come together before to prevent environmental catastrophes, mend the ozone layer, support vulnerable communities, restore millions of hectares of land and marine ecosystems, protecting thousands of species and banning dangerous pollutants, saving countless lives. Let those victories be torches that ignite more action and illuminate the path to a world in which we can live at peace with the nature. In this series, we'll be talking about how we, as citizens, workers, students, and consumers, or in any number of our roles in our individual decisions, shape our societies and how these can impact the environment. We'll also be speaking about how our personal lives can be made more sustainable, how we as individuals can press for and support faster and have more far reaching environmental change from larger entities like governments and businesses. Thank you. Hello, everyone. So, we'll start off from where I stopped in the previous episode. We are talking about how, as citizens, workers, and students, we can make an impact on the in protecting the environment. Now, one of the first ways, or the most simplest ways, is just to raise our voice. When we speak up for the big changes that really transform our relationship with the planet, it makes a difference. Here are some of the ways in which we can make ourselves heard. Advocate for change. Basically, here we support leaders with clear commitments, with a track record of action on environmental emergencies, including climate change, biodiversity loss, and pollution. We can also encourage a government to join UN, net zero coalitions, live up to increase the ecosystem restoration committees, and basically get in line with the Paris Agreement. The next step would be starting a discussion. Basically, start a petition, organize a debate, or call a demonstration, encourage our government, national, local, city level, district level, big businesses to join the net zero coalition to transform transportation, restore and protect nature, and clean up our air and water. The next step that we can do is ask for action. Basically, we ask our town, corporation, employer, school, or university to set ambitious sustainability targets, to take part in efforts to monitor and also basically monitor progress. Encouragement should be given and pressure should be put on these issues, and it should support our national and local governments and businesses which take measures to improve air quality by addressing sources of air pollution. Another easy way to raise your voice is campaign for sustainable urban planning, including the restoration of disused or contaminated sites, including green spaces for new housing developments and strong public transport networks. All this can be a way in which we can raise our voices and make ourselves heard. By spreading knowledge, by taking a deep dive into the science around an issue that concerns us, spreading our knowledge with friends, families, and wider community in public discussions, including on social media. Basically, join a local organization that advances sustainability, restores nature, including by restores nature how by also by campaigning for systemic change. These are a few ways in which we can raise our voice and speak up for the big changes. Another way is to make sustainable choices. Now, how can we make sustainable choices? Now, these are not short term projects, these are all long term projects that can be included within our lifestyle itself. Now, let us talk about money. Now, financial investment is a key lever in the hands of individuals, students, community groups, and employees. We have to check and make sure our personal, workplace, town, school, or community organization savings, pension, or investments are with financial institutions that set and meet high sustainability standards. Now, these are the companies of the future. If you own, inherit, or buy your own home or any other property, save energy and money in the long run by insulating it and making its heating and cooling systems as efficient and as sustainable as possible. By ethical investing, we basically use our principles to guide investing and consider socially and environmentally responsible options. For example, transfer or do business with a bank that is following all these sustainable, development or growth objectives. Invest in stocks and bonds issued by renewable energy firms or manufacturers of green products or polluters that are radically cleaning up their act. Basically, support them. Energy positive homes, how can we do that? By using efficient heating and cooling systems to save the planet and claw back the cost with lower bills. Basically, changing your our habit, um, you know, ditching the AC. Uh, don't heat or cool the rooms that you use it sporadic or when needed only. Conserving energy can be done by keeping them cooler in summer and warmer in winter, turning off lights and electronics when not in use, use appliances with high energy efficiency ratings in our houses. Now, this will reduce emissions and save us money. That's it for today's episode. In the next episode, we'll be dealing with more about how, through food and how in other aspects we as individuals can make an impact on our environment. Thank you. Hello, everyone. So, we were talking about how we as individuals can make an impact on our environment, on protecting the environment also. So, with the world's population set to touch 9 billion by 2050, the demand for food is rising rapidly. Now, this is adding innate pressure among the Earth's natural resources. We can all help reduce the negative impacts of small changes in how we buy and consume food. We can all go for a balanced diet which provides us energy and nutrients from several different food groups. We can reduce the food that needs more natural resources, especially water, to produce, or fruits and vegetables that aren't in season or are imported over long distances. We can buy the food that we need and store it carefully to stop it from spoiling and compost any scraps and leftovers. Growing our own food not only saves us money, but it also reduces the transport, packaging, and waste of food. Nurturing the plants in our own yard and our balcony can even improve our mental well being. Now, consumer choices are vital in shifting to a circular and sustainable economy. Buying products and services with a low environmental footprint and only buying items that we really need and can share with others boosts the green businesses while shrinking polluters. We can choose items that are made to last and that can be recycled or repurposed. We can even go second hand. We can stay away from fast fashion that mass produces at the cost of the environment and labor standards in poorer countries. Now, fashion is a very cyclical concept. We can create our own style with quality used clothes from decades ago. We can refuse everyday products that cannot be reused, such as plastic cups, cutlery, paper bags, batteries. There is always a sustainable alternative available. Now, personal transport is a huge contributor to the climate crisis. We travel by cars that use petrol and diesel and by airplane, and these are responsible for much of the transport sector's greenhouse gas emissions, especially in the high income countries. What we can do is we can basically take up more walking or cycling to cut vehicle pollution and road congestion while getting some fresh air and boosting our fitness. Sharing rides is also advisable. Exploring nearby holiday destinations and supporting our local ecosystems is a beautiful way in which we can learn more about our environment. We can swap to environmentally friendly, options like electrical vehicles and cleaner fuels. We can holiday close to home and avoid air travel. Now, how we spend our free time hugely influences our impact on the environment. Outings and vacations can involve long, polluting, and stressful journeys. The facilities we use and the activities we take part in also have vastly different profiles in terms of the resources they consume. Now, put your energy into experiences that bring you into harmony with the planet. Staying local for outings and holidays can reduce your carbon footprint, save your money, and allow you to travel more slowly without the stress of long journeys. If you do go the distance, do it less often but stay longer. Spend time on organic farms or join an ecosystem restoration camp during your trip. We can embrace a life of constant learning, adventure, and curiosity and keep an open mind. There are many sustainable ways to live a good life. So we can find out what makes sense for us and put it into action. We can consider spending more time and resources on experiences that add value in our life without leaving heavy environmental footprint. They can be anything. Now, it might come to your mind as to why we need to take care of the environment and why it has an impact on our mental psyche also. Now, there are mounting evidence from dozens and dozens of researchers that nature has benefits for both physical and psychological human well-being. We can boost our mood just by walking in nature, even in urban nature. And the sense of connection we have with the natural world will contribute to our happiness even when we are not physically immersed in nature. Protecting our environment is everyone's job because we all have an impact. Although keeping our little corner of the planet green and clean may seem daunting at times, but even small steps do add up in the long run. Keeping all that in mind, we also we also need to understand that truly transformative options need to be available, affordable, and attractive so that we can make better daily decisions. This 2022 World Environment Day campaign calls for a collective transformative action on a global scale to celebrate the planet, protect, and restore our planet. So let's all take a pledge because there is only one Earth. Thank you.